Our primary fight is to keep God the number one priority. Keeping God the number one priority is that all of us have as a fight individually, or a fight for our families, and as a fight for our churches. Because God comes first. That's the way it must be. That's the way we must understand it. That is the plan. That is why this passage of Scripture goes beyond just the nation of Israel. But it is a timeless truth to the people of God in every generation, in any time era, that you have to fight to keep God number one. Because why? When we remember God, when we take the opportunity to think about God, we become captivated by His majesty. That God is great. That God is awesome. That there is nobody like Him. And when we think about God, when we remember God, that He's number one, it also gives us a perspective on ourselves. That we're small. In other words, we don't know all the answers. We ain't got this all figured out. And the truth is, we never were intended to. God desired and desires for all of us to remember and to live out this truth, that He alone is God. He will direct us. He is the one who has all the answers. He has the solutions to every problem. He knows what to do when we don't know what to do. Why? Because He's God. We need to be reminded of that truth, because often what can happen, and parents, they don't even mean this to happen, but the roles can get mixed up. And sometimes parents can begin to fill the role. They feel the pressure that they need to be the hero to their children. They need to be their provider in everything. They need to be their protector. They need to be the one that does this and does that. And they, without realizing it, can begin to allow those two identities to become obscured. But you see, the most important thing that we can do as parents and as people is to point our children to God. Is to remember this, that only God, listen to me, only God is the one that can heal their hearts. Only God is the one that can give them eternal salvation. Only God is the one that can forgive them forever. Only God, listen to me, only God's the one that can love them unconditionally. You see, the first thing that we need to recognize is that God can do far more than we could ever do. That it doesn't rest on our shoulders. We as parents have enough pressure. The issue is this, God is not calling us to be everything to our children. God is asking us to be a part of the story, to remember that the greatest thing that we can do, the most important reality that we can instill in our children is to point them to God, to take the steps necessary for them to take on a living relationship with God. Here, listen to me. Let me help you on this front. Spiritual leadership is simply this, taking the responsibility to help your children or children in general take the next step towards a relationship with God.